This is a story called The Little Monsters, Chapter 65. The kids go abroad with their families. Excuse me. The kids' parents have booked a holiday for all of their families in Cyprus for a whole month. The kids are not looking forward to it because they think that it's going to be boring. What they don't know is that the resort they're going to has a massive water park with massive water slides. There's also lots of activities for the whole family to take part in. There's also individual activities for the grown-ups and the kids to take part in. There's 4 weeks to go until the end of the school summer term, and 5 weeks to go until their holiday in Cyprus. Leading up to their holiday, the kids buy as much of their favourite Joe stuff as they can. They also save up as much of their pocket money as they can to take with them. Leading up to the holiday, the kids are dreading it. On the day they go, they make sure that they have their Joe stuff ready for the plane. As they were getting on the plane, they sneakily went round putting whoopee cushions filled with fart gas on some of the seats. When the other passengers sat on them, they deflated, and the fart gas exploded, causing a horrible smell. Thankfully, no one knew it was the gang except them and their families. When the plane was lifting off, excuse me. When the plane was lifting off, the kids were on their best behaviour. However, once their plane was in the air, the gang constantly played pranks on people. When anyone left their seats, the kids would put their toy spiders on people's seats, causing them to bite people's bums when they sat on them. Then they got their toy cats out for everyone to stroke. When anyone left their seats, the gang put the toy cats on them. When the passengers sat down, the toy cats stuck their claws right in their bums and bit them, which made them jump up, howling in pain, much to the kids' amusement. Excuse me. Then they put their toy dogs on people's seats, and they barked and bit people a lot harder than the toy cats did. Then Kika noticed that some of the other passengers had drinks, and she told the others, and they went round putting fart gas in them. Then, when anyone had food, the kids would put soft fart sweets in it when they weren't looking. Then when they ate their food, they farted continuously, much to the kids' amusement. Thankfully, everyone saw the funny side. After a couple of hours, they arrived in Cyprus. They picked up their luggage and got a taxi to where they were staying. When they got there, they unpacked their cases and then they had some lunch. After lunch, the kids went off to look around. As they did so, they came across both a massive indoor and outdoor water park. There was a massive play park, a massive skate park, a massive trampoline park, lots of amusement arcades and a huge theme park. There was also a massive family club with a kids park where they could do all kinds of activities. Excuse me. The kids couldn't believe it. Their parents already knew about all the facilities that were there, and they'd sneakily packed the kids' skates and skateboards. That first day, the kids spent the whole afternoon until tea time, playing on the skate park and having a ball. After tea, it was raining heavily, so they went to the indoor water park for a couple of hours. Then they all got ready to go to the family club. Before they went, the kids couldn't resist sneaking into the other hotel rooms and putting their toy snakes in people's beds. When they got to the club, they went into the kids' part where there was activities available for kids of all ages to take part in. That night, when they went to bed, They heard several of the other guests scream. They knew that they'd lied on their toy snakes, and they thought it was hilarious. The next morning, when people left their hotel rooms, the kids went round and collected their toy snakes. Then they went with their parents to the theme park for the day. They had their lunch and tea there, and they arrived back at the hotel at around 6 p.m. They all got showered and ready to go to the club. However, the kids sneaked off and put their toy spiders in the other guests' beds. That night when they went to bed, they heard some of the other guests scream, and they knew that they'd lied on their toy spiders. They couldn't help but laugh. The next day the sun was shining and it was scorching hot, so the kids spent the day at the outdoor water park. There was a park for the babies and the really little kids with lots of different water slides for them to play on. Of course their parents had to be with them. The bigger park for the bigger kids was huge. There was about 15 water slides and the biggest one was 50 feet high with lots of twists and turns, and the smallest one was around 15 feet high. The gang went on every one, even the biggest one. When they went back to the hotel, they went round and collected their toy spiders, and whilst they were doing so, they put pink cushions in the beds. Then they went to the club, and when they got there, they went round putting fart gas and soft dissolvable fart sweets in people's drinks. Of course, this caused them to constantly fart, much to the gang's amusement. That night, the kids heard screaming and someone running about on the landing. When they opened their door, there were some of the guests running about on the landing with pink cushions stuck in their bums. They were howling in pain, and everyone else, staff including, were howling with laughter. The next day there was a torrential thunderstorm with torrential rain, so the kids stayed at the indoor water park. The club was open during the day, so the adults went in there. Throughout the rest of their holiday, the sun shone and it was scorching hot every day. The kids spent most of their time at the theme park and the indoor water park, and they had an absolute ball. Whilst they were still in Cyprus, they entered a talent contest. They rehearsed their songs over and over, and on the night of the contest, they won first prize. The prize was £3,000 to be shared between them, and a free 2-week holiday at the same resort. As you can imagine, they were over the moon. When their holiday was over with and it was time to go home, the kids had had such an amazing time that they didn't want to leave. However, they'd won the free holiday, so they were definitely going back the following summer, and they couldn't wait. End of chapter 65. Thanks for watching, guys.